Hello friends, good evening. I am Mr. Suresh Kale and you are watching to my YouTube channel English class. Once again, welcome to all of my student brothers and sisters. Now today we are going to learn the ninth standard 1.2. The name of the 1.2 is the fun they had. In this chapter, we learn what types of the writer explain here the one of the best incident of ancient times when all the materials or all the writings written by in a paper. Now in this chapter, now there is the one of the some characters, Margie's grandfather, Tommy's, and how they explain here in this chapter the now today's conditions and the ancient time when the all the storybooks are written on the paper, and that is one of the amazing thing, that is one of the magic for looking one of the oldest books. Okay, now let us go on the point of the first warming up. You learn in last some chapter, in last some lectures, what is by warming up, or what is the benefit for the warming up. I once again reply here and explain here. You need these topics in a developing for your communication skill and written by to the personal response question. After more practice, we develop for the skill of the communications. I hope we do it the very clearly practice. I hope we take a mostly focus on this activity, and definitely we getting a good response for this warming up. The name of the chapter is the fun they had. And now we go to the point of the first point, chit chat. And the first question is chit chat. The question number 1 is, what do you like best about your school? Question marks. Now here we wrote the answer of this question. The question is that, what do you like the best about your school? What is the best things for your school? What's about like your best school? So we write, I like all teacher in my school. The second question is that, the question number 2, do you like do you think school is fun? At least given the question marks. Okay, now look here. What types of this question? This question is the verbal questions. How can we say, sir, this is the verbal question? Yes, because the beginning of the question is started by the to be verb. And the first question is WS type question. The answer of this question is yes. I think school is fun. And the next question is that, which is the question number 3rd, which is the part that you don't like. You don't like. I don't like. We say, I don't like. I don't like punishment by the teacher and heavily homework. I don't like this. And last one is the question, how often should the teacher give you a text? After completing a unit. Now this is the answer of that questions. Okay, now little focus on here. What types of the solved by the warming up and chit-chat. I hope we are understand better for solving for this warming up and chit-chat. मित्रांनो, पुनश्च एकदा आपण सर्वांचं माझ्या या यूट्यूब चॅनलमध्ये मनपूर्वक स्वागत करतो. आज आपण इयत्ता 9वीचा 1.2 द फन दे हॅड या पाठावरती या ठिकाणी विवेचन चर्चा करणार आहोत. या पाठामध्ये की जे जुन्या काळी the ancient times and old times, all the stories written on a paper. जुन्या काळी जे सगळं लिखाण किंवा सगळ्या कथा ह्या पुस्तका पानावरती लिहिल्या जायच्या. आणि ॲक्च्युअली नाव टुडेज कंडिशन इज व्हेरी मोस्टली चेंजेस. आत्ता परिस्थिती पूर्णपणे बदललेली आहे आणि यावरती भाष्य करणारा हा पाठ आहे. यावरती आपण या ठिकाणी या पाठामध्ये भाष्य करणार आहोत. नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट फॉर द चॅप्टर. Before start for the chapter, we exercise here, and that activity we'll take a focus on the activities. The activity is warming up. आणि आपण पाठाला सुरुवात करण्या अगोदर या ठिकाणी त्या पाठाचं पूर्वज्ञान जागृत व्हावं. डेव्हलपिंग फॉर द प्रिव्हियस नॉलेज ऑफ द एव्हरी स्टुडंट. दॅट इज द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ वॉर्मिंग अप. Next one is the object. I think measure of the times in your doubts, why did given by these activities to every chapters warming ups. We develop your previous knowledge started for the lesson. की त्या पाठाला सुरुवात करण्या अगोदर आपण आपलं पूर्वज्ञान जागृत करून त्या पाठामध्ये काय असेल याची ओझरती कल्पना आपल्याला या ठिकाणी या वॉर्मिंग अप आणि चिट-चॅट गप्पा गोष्टी या पाठामधून आपल्या या ॲक्टिव्हिटीमधून पाहता येते. तर या ठिकाणी आपण काही सगळ्या प्रश्नावरती ओझरती कल्पना टाकली. त्यामध्ये पहिला प्रश्न आपल्याला विचारला आहे, व्हॉट डू यू लाईक बेस्ट अबाउट युअर स्कूल? अँड wrote by the answer, I like all the teachers in my school. Second one is, do you think school is fun? Yes, I think school is fun. And question number third, which is the part that you don't like? I don't like punishment by the teachers and heavily homework. Every student did not like the punishment by the teachers and giving to the heavily homework. And last question is that how often should the teacher give you a test? The answer is that after completing a unit, teacher should obtain a homework. So see the next one, the classifier. The next activity is that classifier. Classification. Listen carefully. Write each words in appropriate columns. Now there are 3 columns: ancient, modern, and futuristic. The first one is ancient. Second one, modern, and third one, futuristic. Now here the classifications and classify these 3 columns and above given by some words. What do they in this activity? We read it clearly, every words. We read it very clearly, every words. Think. And then after the classification of these words, what types of the classification, classification or classify by these words into these 3 categories. The first one is the ancient, modern, and futuristic. So what explain in Marathi? Ancient, prachin. Modern, adhunik. And futuristic means bhavishya. भविष्यातील. And now in your books, page number 5, given by the number of the words, what do the activity? What do in this activity? We do the activity, read very clearly every words and classify these words. For example, the bicycle. This is one of the word given in our textbooks. And we think here, the bicycle is the one of the world. And we do here the classification, vargikaran, classify. We classify, right classify of the appropriate in column. Right appropriate means right columns. त्या दिलेल्या शब्द वाचायचे आणि ते शब्द त्या शब्दांचं क्लासिफिकेशन करायचं म्हणजे वर्गीकरण करायचं. की उदाहरणार्थ आपण जर बायसिकल पाहिली तर बायसिकलचं वर्णन, बायसिकल हा शब्द प्राचीन आहे, आधुनिक आहे का भविष्यातीतला आहे. दुसरा शब्द त्या ठिकाणी दिला आपल्याला बुलेट ट्रेन. We go in very clearly, the bullet train is one of the world given in your textbooks, and we classify it. Now, is it available for the bullet train in ancient time? If that words are available, or that words, that things are available, or the possible to classify in these three category. तो दिलेला शब्द हा खरंच उदाहरणार्थ आपण जर पाहिलं तर आपल्याला एक बुलेट ट्रेन हा शब्द दिला आहे. बुलेट ट्रेन मग प्राचीन काळामध्ये बुलेट ट्रेन होती का, आधुनिक काळामध्ये आहे का, आणि फ्युचरिस्टिक्स भविष्यातील असेल का. मग तो कुठला आहे प्राचीन काळामध्ये विचार केला. आता वी टेक अ फोकस ऑन द एन्शियंट टाइम्स. इज इट क्लिअरली अवेलेबल फॉर द बुलेट ट्रेन्स. मग आपण सहज पाहतो की प्राचीन काळी बुलेट ट्रेन होती. मग हा तो शब्द या ठिकाणी येणार नाही. आधुनिक काळामध्ये आहे किंवा फ्युचरिस्टिकमध्ये सुद्धा आहे. मग दोन्ही याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा आपल्याला त्याचं क्लासिफिकेशन करू शकतो. नाव दुसरा शब्द आहे, द सेकंड वन वर्ड इज स्कूल. नेक्स्ट वन वर्ड इज स्कूल. So once again, use the rules of the वर्ड्स ऑफ बुलेट ट्रेन. जे नियम आपण बुलेट ट्रेन या शब्दाला वापरले तेच प्रत्येक शब्दाला वापरायचे. की हा शब्द आहे, उदाहरणार्थ स्कूल आहे. मग प्राचीन, इज इट द अवेलेबल इन द एन्शियंट टाइम, इज दिस अवेलेबल इन द मॉडर्न टाइम्स, और इज दिस अवेलेबल इन द फ्युचरिस्टिक. In which categories, in which classifications are the very clearly or right. We do every words wrote in this classification. तो जो दिलेला शब्द आहे ते वर्गीकरण करताना या तीनपैकी कुठल्या ह्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला मोडतो किंवा कुठल्यामध्ये आपल्याला तो बसवता येते त्या पद्धतीने आपण त्या शब्दाचं क्लासिफिकेशन करायचं. तर अशा पद्धतीनं आपल्याला हा दुसराही प्रश्न समजून घेतो की त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला नंबर ऑफ द वर्ड्स आर गिवन ऑन द युअर पेज नंबर 5. वी रीड इट व्हेरी क्लिअरली अँड क्लासिफाय द एव्हरी वर्ड्स. नाव दिस as well as this method or these conditions. Okay, now go into the line by line of this chapter. The name of the chapter is 1.2. The fun they had means त्यांनी मजेत घालवलेला वेळ. In explanation in Marathi. त्यांनी मजेत घालवलेला वेळ. Okay, now see in your next page, the page number 6, and look it very clearly. What explain the thoughts and views of the writer in the chapter. Now see the first character is in the chapter. The first character is Marge. The first character Marge. And what he explained, what explained in the stories, the Margie is one of the best characters and now discussing with Tommy. What the discussions between these two characters? The next one characters, the grandfather is the second one characters. What is the discussion between these two characters, Margie's and Tommy's? We see here detail. The first line is that Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary. Wrote. And the second one word is diary. Second one word is diary. So I think we learned this word in your 6th standard. Daily diary. डायरी म्हणजे रोजनिशी. आणि मला वाटतं आपण इयत्ता 6वीच्या इंग्रजीच्या पुस्तकाने टेक्स्टबुक ऑफ द 6th स्टँडर्ड we do this activity regularly. And I think I explain one thing again here, the extraordinary peoples who are the greater for you and me, we followed by to the thems. They wrote the regularly thems daily diary. The morning to at nights, what the incident are created in the lives. They wrote regularly and very clearly in his at the night go to bed in his diaries. So that's like Margie even wrote about that night in her daily diary. Margie दररोजच्या त्या रात्री तिनं तिच्या दररोजच्या रोजनिशीमध्ये लिहिलं what he wrote on the page headed and page. The Margie even wrote about it that in her diaries ती तिच्या रोजनिशीमध्ये लिहिते on the page headed and now dated by the 17th May 2157 headed on the diaries. ती 17 मे 2157च्या मथळ्याखाली लिहिते. काय लिहिते? सी wrote. Who wrote? Margie wrote. What wrote? We see the next line. In the headed of the page 17 May 2175 17 मे 2157च्या मथळ्याखाली लिहिते टुडे. The second one character we found here, that character is Tommy. The first one character is the Margie and second one character is Tommy. She wrote. She means Margie. Margie wrote. आणि मथळा 17 रोजनिशीच्या डायरीच्या मथळ्यावरती म्हणजे मुखपृष्ठावरती पहिल्या पानावरती 17 मे 2157च्या मथळ्याखाली म्हणजे तारीख त्या ठिकाणी टाकलेली आहे, साल टाकलेलं आहे आणि त्याच्या खाली तिने लिहिलंय सी रोट. हू रोट? द मार्जी रोट्स. व्हॉट रोट? टॉमी फाउंड अ रिअल बुक्स. ही रोट in a page headed Tommy found a real book. Okay, now I explain here what wrote the Margis in header of the page 17 May 2175. 17 मे 1957च्या मथळ्याखाली ती लिहिते. कोण लिहिते तर मार्गी लिहिते. व्हॉट शी रोट? शी रोट द टॉमी फाउंड रेल बुक्स. He wrote in his daily diaries. What he wrote? Sorry, she wrote a Tommy found real books. आणि ती ठिकाणी त्या 17 मे 1957च्या मथळ्याखाली लिहिते की टॉमीला खरं पुस्तक सापडलं. The Tommy found real books. Who found real books? The Tommy found real books. Who said? Who said? The Margie said. Margie said. To whom said? He wrote into his diary. What he said? What she said? She said Tommy found real books. टॉमीला खरं पुस्तक सापडलं and it was very old. Who found the real books? The Tommy found real books. And what types of these books? These books is very old. It was very old. What was very old? The book was very old. आणि ते पुस्तक सापडलेलं पुस्तक आहे ते अतिशय जुनं होतं. It was very old book. Who said? The Margie said. तिने लिहिलंय स्वतःच्या रोजनिशीमध्ये की तिला ते टॉमीला जे खरं पुस्तक सापडलं ते अतिशय जुनं होतं. Margie's grandfather. Okay, now second one is Margie's grandfather. Whose grandfather? The Margie's grandfather said. Margie's grandfather said that when he was little boy. मार्गीचे आजोबा सांगतात when he was a little boy. Who was a little boy? The Margie's grandfather was little boy. मार्गीचे आजोबा सांगतात की ज्या वेळेस मी लहान होतो his grandfather. Okay, don't confuse here. The once again character here. The character is that his grandfather.